Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be explaining you how the RSA algorithm works. RSA stands for Reverse, Shamir, and Adelman. And there are three people who created this algorithm. It was first published in 1977. Though it was published back in 1977, it's still one of the strongest encryption methods that are out there. Before we get into how RSA actually works, you need to be aware about some mathematical terms like prime numbers, semi-prime, factors, etc. So you can follow along. Now, before jumping on to encrypt and decrypting with RSA, we have to first go through the math of how RSA works. So the first step would be to select two prime numbers, say P and Q. Let's take 7 and 19 for this example. The next step is to calculate n, that is nothing but the product of P and Q. So 7 into 19, that would be 133. N is equal to 133. The next step is to calculate the twoshent of n. Now don't stress too much about what twoshent is. It is very complicated. For now, just understand what you have to do to calculate the twoshent. It's very simple. Just subtract 1 from each prime numbers which you have chosen and the product of it. So that's P minus 1 into Q minus 1. In our case, that's 7 minus 1, that's 6, into 19 minus 1, that's 18. That brings us 108. So twoshent of n, we'll call it T. So T is equal to 108. The fourth step is to select a public key. Before selecting a public key, there has to be some conditions that have to be kept in your mind, and they are that the public key that we are going to select must be a prime number. The second condition is that it must be less than the twoshent, and third, it must not be a factor of the twoshent. So in this example, we're gonna take 29 as the public key. As you can see, it satisfies all the three conditions. It is a prime number, it is less than the twoshent, and it is not a factor of the twoshent. The next step is selecting a private key. And the private key must be such that it satisfies this condition. The product of the public key, that is E, and the private key, that is D, when divided by the twoshent, must result in a remainder of 1. When put in a formula presentation, that would be T multiplied by E modulo T is equal to 1. So modulo is nothing but remainder. So in this case, 41 would match the condition. Let's check. So do you remember the formula? Let's get right into it. D into E. So D is 41. Into E, that is 29, mod T, that is 108, is equal to 1. So 41 as the private key satisfies this condition, so we can take it as a private key. Now that we have done the math of this, let's get right into encryption and decryption. So the formula is as such, where ciphertext is equal to message, where m is message, raised to D, that is private key, mod n. Similarly, m is equal to ciphertext raised to the public key, mod n. Now let's take an example. Say our message is 85. Now let's convert this into ciphertext. We can do that by this formula over here. An example. Say our message is 85. Now we want to encrypt it. How do we do that? We can use this formula over here. So we want the ciphertext, and that can be obtained by message raised to D. That is the private key. Do you remember the private key? It was 41 mod N. That is the product of P and Q. That was 133. So 85 raised to 41 mod 133. That gives us 92. Now how do we ensure that this actually works? We can do that by decrypting it. Let's see if we can obtain our message by using this formula. That's 92 raised to the public key, that is 29 mod 133. 92 raised to 29 mod 133. Yes. The security of RSA really lies how difficult it is to factorize the semi-prime numbers. Imagine 133 was easy. What if I give you 899? Would you be able to? Maybe you would take some time and maybe even factorize it. What if I give you a really big number? Maybe 1024 bit number, 2048 bit number. It's possible. Even with the computing resources we have to take hundreds and thousands of years to decrypt it. So RSA is really certain. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and understood what I start. So up until the next video, bye bye.